was this guy on the radio, and I heard him say, you've got to subscribe to Bob Doyle Media today.
Today, we'll be engaging an entire music video production team to create an AI music video complete with professional choreography. And we're doing it through Ace Studio's new music video production feature. And here's how it works. Through their brand new agent interface, you interact with the director.
I oversee the entire process. I write the creative outline and shot-by-shot scripts. Then, I coordinate all the team members, and then I assemble the final cut on the timeline.
The director then assigns all the other creative tasks to its own set of agents: a casting director, a director of photography, a choreographer, and an art director. You just talk to the director, giving them all of your creative ideas, and then the team manages the rest. But you have creative input all throughout the process. Let me show you how it works by building a music video starting from nothing more than a goofy musical idea. Now, I've done a handful of videos on Ace Studio's Enhance feature. I absolutely love it, and it allows me just to sing with no instrumentation into the program and then enhance it in whatever style I want. So just a little while ago, wearing a different blue shirt, I sang this into Ace Studio. I've got something I want to say. I've got a piece of audio to play. It's this guy on the radio, and I heard him say, you've got to subscribe to Bob Doyle Media today. He went, you've got to subscribe, you've got to subscribe. He's an encyclopedia of AI media. You've got to subscribe, you've got to subscribe if you want to stay on the AI inside. Then I used their music enhancer to add a style to it and ended up with this.
I've got something I want to say. I'll ask you to turn your attention my way. There was this guy on the radio, and I heard him say, you've got to subscribe to Bob Doyle Media today.
Okay, I won't make you listen to it all right now because we're probably going to be hearing a good bit of it as we go through this process. Now, speaking of the process, I do not want you to get the idea that this is sort of one prompt, full music video. That wouldn't leave you a lot of room for creativity. This is a totally interactive process where you call the shots all along the way, but it starts with giving your original song to the director. How do we do that? Well, first let me clear the timeline of my original singing. We don't need that anymore. I'm going to just move this up to the top track. So now with our music track highlighted, we're going to click on Music Video and Start Music Video Session. At this point, your director is analyzing things like beats per minute and tone, mood, instrumentation, and if there's any lyrics, it'll transcribe them and then align them in the proper places on the timeline. All right, we got our first piece of feedback. It says, apply the studio detected tempo in the project beat grid. Why, yes, we do want that to happen. And now you can see it's broken up the song into sections: verse, chorus, and outro. And if we scroll in here, you can see that we've got the lyrics on the timeline just as we said. And now we're going to get started with the onboarding process. So the first question we get is, what visual art style should we anchor the music video's look? So we've got retro-futuristic tech pop, that is recommended. We've got a vibrant maximalist pop art and sleek minimalist studio. Well, given the ideas that I know I have, I think I'm going to go ahead and go with retro-futuristic. And then how should the music video tell its story? Do we want it to be narrative, tell a story through the imagery, or do we just want it to be a performance of someone singing? So let's see what it suggested. We've got a gamified interface concept, or a direct access performance anthem. A confident host performs straight to camera. I don't really want to do that. And mini talk show, a commercial skit. A light narrative, host broadcasts the pitch like a hyped TV spot, then breaks into performance. I think I actually like that one. I'm going to go with that. Then, what archetype should the lead performer embody? A charismatic AI media host, a pop diva hype woman, or a playful street-style influencer? My idea of this is someone is actually singing about Bob Doyle Media, and I want them to be a different character, and the voice is a female singer. So I think I'm going to go with pop diva hype woman. We'll go landscape for the aspect ratio. And here's a really important part. So now it's asking sort of a last-minute question: any specific scenes, reference music videos, or elements to avoid? Here I'd like to tell it I have a few reference images I'd like to add to get incorporated into the video. And let's just see what it says to that. So here I actually have a few images I want to incorporate: my headshot, my logo, and the studio. So I'm just going to select the three I want, and I'm just going to drop them there. Here we've got the feedback that everything we opted for before has been locked in, and it says what I need from you is those reference images. So I've got them here ready to send, so I'm just going to click them on up. And while that's going, I'm going to give it this instruction, just to be clear. My vision for this video is that there is a female singer who's very attractive and even alluring, singing about subscribing to the Bob Doyle Media channel. So I want images of Bob Doyle, and I want images of the logo in the background, and I'd like the background to be that studio in some stylized way that I uploaded. But I don't want Bob singing. but I do want the girl singing. And whenever she sings, I want her close to the camera so the lip sync looks really good. So now as I was dictating all of that, it came back with this. How should Bob Doyle from your reference photos appear in the music video alongside the female diva host? Featured subject, or like a cameo appearance, or Bob Doyle is the lead. We've already just discussed we don't want that. Inspiration only. What they're asking for is exactly what I just told them. So now I'm just going to send them what I said, and that should give them the answer. I know I keep saying them. I'm just talking to the director and I guess the entire staff of agents. As this progresses, we have assets building over here. We can see all of the images we've uploaded. We can see summaries of what it understands its instructions to be and the structure of the video as we progress. So the casting director is now working on the female lead's base look, which means she's going to be generating some images based on what she thinks I might want.
I'm here to design the character base appearance and how they look in every scene.
And just to be transparent, this is where the process takes some time. There's a good bit of waiting as you go through this process because there's images to be rendered and then approved and perhaps iterated upon. And then, of course, at the end, once you've got all of that, you're going to be rendering a good many videos depending on the length of your song. So when you sit down to this project, be prepared to do it in stages or just have a couple of hours to sit down. This is a fully creative process again, not a fully automated one. I just thought of one other instruction that I forgot to give the director. I want to make sure that there are dancers in this video doing high energy dances that are professionally choreographed to really add some excitement to this. So I'm going to add that instruction into the queue to make sure that that happens because honestly, the choreography section of the Ace Studio Music feature is unlike any other music video platform I have seen. Here you can see it acknowledges, got it, outline updated to confirm professionally choreographed backup dancers for the chorus and the outro sections. So now they're going to have the casting director design that group look right after the lead's base casting is done. So here is their first suggestion for the female lead. Obviously the outfit is a little boring and I think I'm going to go ahead and jump in and give them the instructions. The outfit that you're creating for these female leads is a little boring with a white t-shirt and blue jeans. What I want is something flashy like a blue and purple sequin skirt, something really showy. If you dig into the documentation from Ace, it will tell you that this point right here is about choosing the face of the actor, and I went ahead and asked for a costume change ahead of time, which suggests that you can of course change this at any time in the process, and that's really the beauty of this whole approach. But in general, if you have a specific idea that you absolutely want to see implemented, tell the director. Now, although it's generating other looks, I actually like this one here, and I'm going to go ahead and try and send it over and say this is the one I want. So I'm going to click these three dots here. I'm going to say send to chat. So it's already put it in the prompt box. I'm just going to say is the one I'd like to use for the lead. And just tell the director that and see if they stop the process or just what happens now. Okay, we've got that lead character locked in. Now, right after submitting that, another option came through and I think I actually like this one better. So now I'm going to try sending this over to chat and say, I've changed my mind. I think I like this one better and see if we can make that change. Okay, the correction has been sent and it says that casting will use that as the final. So it finished generating all of the lead options. It's sticking with the decision I made and now the casting director is designing that dance backup group. So now we have our three candidates for our backup group. We've got these folks, and these folks. Which one to choose? I think I'm going to go with this one here. I'm going to go ahead and click on, again, send to chat and just say, this is the one I want. So now we've got that backup dancer look confirmed and we're going to go on to the production designer.
I'm here to design the overall visual style, the scene environments, and the storyboards.
Okay, the production designer has come back with these two concepts for the stage. So now here's where we stand. We've got our lead singer, we've got our backup dancers, we've got scenes, and a fully fleshed out style guide that includes the visual language, the palette, the lighting, lens, and scene information. At this point, let's just tell it to move on ahead. And at this point, it goes back to the director to write the per shot scripts. You can take a peek at what's going on behind the scenes by clicking the little arrow next to where it says the number of tools. We can see that it's reading the skills docs, it's going through the lyrics, it's identifying beat points. So it is now writing the 16 per shot scripts covering the full song timeline, validating all the alignment. Okay, it has come back with 16 shots. So just briefly, we'll look at what we've got here. Shot 1, it defines the characters, it has the dancers in there and the background. Go down to shot 2, it describes the narrative beat here where it says you've got to subscribe, you've got to subscribe. Here is following my direction for when she sings to sing directly to the camera so that the face and mouth are clear for lip sync. And we could just go through all of these one by one and approve them or tweak them if we wanted to. For the sake of time, we're just going to approve all of this and see what it comes up with. So it asks, do I want to make any adjustments before moving to casting for per scene looks that combine the lead and the dancers and then the choreography? So I'm just going to say, No changes at this point, move on. So now it's back to the casting director to create those looks. Now, as it's coming back with some of these shots, I'm seeing that the Midjourney model is being used. And what I know about that is that it's not actually using the reference image I gave it to define the look. It is looking at it for a physical description, so it's going to be similar, but it's not going to be the exact same image. Now, when it comes to my picture being integrated into this, which was a part of my original plan, I need that to look like me and not an approximation of me. So while this is happening, I'm going to try to give it this instruction. I noticed that you're using Midjourney to create images of the lead singer, but when you create images of me based on my headshot, I need you to use Nana Banana 2 so that it's actually using the reference image and it looks like me and not an approximation of me. Now, I'm going to submit that. I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen there. It says it's relaying that constraint to casting now, and any generation using my headshot should use Nana Banana 2 for accuracy. Okay, so it's telling me that the per scene looks are complete, and that is this with the dancers and this with just the singer by herself. We'll see what that ends up meaning, and now we have moved on to the choreographer.
I design the dance performances, all the movements, and I even generate motion keyframe grids, whatever that means.
And this is the feature I referred to earlier that I've not seen in any other AI music generation platform. Okay, now I'm being told that choreography is done and looks solid. High energy, escalating intensity from the reveal through the peak. So here are a couple of the shots that are coming from the choreographer. It's a little bit different than the first time I did a test on this. These images here are the keyframe grids that the choreographer alluded to before, and this shows the dancer in various positions that we assume the model is going to refer to at the right times on the right beats along with the music. So now it is back to the production designer to create the storyboards across all 19 shots.
I write generation prompts. I trigger video generation, and it's my job to handle lip sync post-processing.
So now we've got a few of these storyboard shots back, and I'm happy to see that I have been integrated into the background and that it used my actual photo. So I'm getting visual indicators that there are still some things going on in the background, but I'm not quite sure what they are. But the word back is that the style, scenes, and base casting are all locked, and I should take a look and see if this is good to move forward. So from what I can tell, I'm not sure what I would ask for because I'm not 100% sure what it's going to do with all of this information. So I'm just going to say, move forward. Now I am getting the message that the production designer is still working through the storyboard batch, so that's probably what this activity is that I see. So perhaps we're not quite ready to move on quite yet, and it appears that when everything is ready, it will put everything on a timeline. So we'll just wait for that to occur. Okay, it's now come back with all 19 storyboards for each of the 19 shots. If we go to the monitor here, we can see how they've lined them up on the timeline sequentially, how it will line up with the lyrics and eventually with the animation. Let's just take a peek.
I've got something I wanna say. I'll ask you to turn your attention my way. There was this guy on the radio and I heard him say, you've got to subscribe to Bob Doyle Media today. He went, you got to subscribe, you've got to subscribe. He's an inside.
Okay, so it seems a little abstract at first, and there was a long time on that first shot. We actually had an error during the process of this first shot generating, and the only speculation I have is because there was no audio there at the actual beginning of the timeline, so maybe it was confused. And the fact of the matter is, the song starts here on the second measure, so I can completely cut out whatever's there if I don't like it. So for now, I'm just going to click on Leave Placeholder and revisit later. So now we are finally at the point where we can begin video generation if we don't have any other changes we need to make. So we're just going to say, go ahead and start the video generation. So now the director of photography gets to work at rendering all of these clips. Now remember, there are 19 of them, so this is going to take quite a bit of time. It will check in as these videos begin to land, so we can check on them and of course make changes. At this point, I'm just going to go with whatever they send me, so we'll check back when everything's done. So as the videos are being rendered from time to time, you'll be prompted for approval of lip sync and lip sync polish, and as the videos are actually rendered, they appear on the timeline in order. So while a particular shot is still working, we see it all on the storyboard track, and as it is actually rendered, now they're up here on video tracks. And it tells me now that the music video is complete. All 19 shots have final footage with lip sync and so on. So let's get this monitor window as big as we can get it and see what it's given us.
I've got something I wanna say. I'll ask you to turn your attention my way. There was this guy on the radio and I heard him say, you've got to subscribe to Bob Doyle Media today. He went, you got to subscribe, you've got to subscribe. He's an encyclopedia of AI media. You've got to subscribe, you've got to subscribe if you wanna stay on the AI inside.
Subscribe.
Bob Doyle Media.
So honestly, I thought I was going to have to do a lot more tweaking to this final video. As it turns out, I'm pretty much happy with it all the way through. The beginning is a little weird because she's moving around like there's something going on and there really isn't. So if I was going to publish this, I might go back and polish that piece up. But this was a pretty impressive display of lip syncing and choreography that wasn't at all accidental. All those dance moves were actually planned out beat by beat, shot by shot, at specific times. So let's export this just by clicking on export. We'll click on video. Obviously we want the entire range and click export. So now I just take that MP4, fix that beginning in a traditional video editor, and then have a final product that we'll look at in just a second outside of the confines of the Ace Studio software. But of all the platforms I've used to create music videos, this by far goes into the greatest amount of detail in terms of what you're seeing from frame to frame. And although there is a lot of waiting for all of these assets to generate all the images and all those videos, most of it's happening hands-off. And you just come in and check in on it from time to time. So it truly is like you've just put your team to work, you've delegated all the tasks, and they'll come back to you when they're done. If these types of workflows are the types of things that you are interested in, why not subscribe to this channel? Because this is the type of thing we explore all the time. Enjoy the video. We'll see you in the next one.
I've got something I wanna say. I'll ask you to turn your attention my way. There was this guy on the radio and I heard him say, you've got to subscribe to Bob Doyle Media today. He went, you've got to subscribe, you've got to subscribe. He's an encyclopedia of AI media. You've got to subscribe, you've got to subscribe if you wanna stay on the AI inside.
Subscribe.